Just landed here at Crete yesterday, met by an energy, a consciousness with great powers and a seriousness that I haven't ever met, not in this way at least. It brought me forward in my seriousness, and I had to allow myself to be followed, to be led into this way of being and into this meeting. And I would like to share this with you, not only this meeting, but my journey here at Crete. We are called to support the birth of the new era field of consciousness, the mutual field of consciousness. It's not like it's birth in these days, but we are at a point, we are at a tipping point where conscious consciousness has the possibility to begin to contribute to a mutuality that only have existed in our species before we developed the language. This mutuality can serve us really well into peace, love, and harmony in a way we can't imagine because we haven't been there yet. To be on a journey, a path, a mythical, special energy journey is somehow devastating, initiating, giving. Is to follow a call that you can't describe, you can't comprehend, but you can sense it from within. Perhaps you can sense this as well. Even though you don't understand it, you can't add it to something you know. You can't collaborate it with your old ways, your ways of thinking about things, your imagination, your comprehension. It can't reach to these areas where a consciousness is given birth to itself. So if you would like to try to follow me, we use the field to support mutuality, the new era field of consciousness that has, you could say, it ignited in 2012, in December 2012, it ignited in the mutual consciousness due to a lot of circumstances that I will not talk about here. The new era's field of consciousness ignited due to our mutuality and maturing consciousness through subconscious development and by the usage actually of technology. Right now I will like to show you a small tryout to how it works with the mutual field, the health field, for you to be able to follow here and at the same time allow you to join in. And for you who's joining in Danish, this is nearly the same as the one I shared earlier. So you are sorry, we are just here in the middle of everywhere. And to step in to this contribution, to this possibility for support for the field, from the field, you allow it by your intention, the intentional consciousness, you could say so, ignited in 2012 and have developed ever since. So when you use your intention, you agree upon getting the support from your own consciousness in the new era way, your version that would have been here if you wasn't in a creature that somehow short circuits itself all the time and create a consciousness that's not working and maturing and developing itself in a way that makes sense. So you could say what we're working with here is to enter a consciousness to support ourselves to begin to make sense. Breathe and allow the support to meet you by sensing your body. Breathe and put your intention on being supported by the field, the health field, the new era field of consciousness. Breathe. Sense your body and release. Sense everything you can sense. Sense your body. Sense everything. Now I just switch for us to use the scenery for the teaching here, the small teaching. I'm here and I was waking up this morning being a little bit angry actually, and that's not normal to me, so I was really aware of it. Sense a spirit here that has been living here. It was okay. But the reflection told me that the reason why I sensed it was not because I had to do something about it, was because I needed to know that the new era's development, the field's expansion now reach these layers where the spirits of unreleased humans is present, and that's really good. Allowing myself to be supported in these layers where I from early childhood remember seeing and sensing these unreleased spirits. It scared me like nothing else. I would love that to be a contribution to everybody, that everybody is having this sense, and at the same time I recognize that my sense of what sense everything through the meeting with the energy and the spirits, that's the consciousness that met us when I arrived, that carries the seriousness. I sense a reaction in me that through the reflection I can relate it to what the part of me that sensed this unreleased, non-released spirits, and also my sense of the energy, the consciousness energy that happens when we are communicating with the part of us that's from before language development in our species. This sense of our consciousness energy reaching for each other to sense the hierarchy, the fighting, the how we can team up against each other. It's mostly activated negatively due to a lot of things. I know that we are at the tipping point of this to be released into supporting us instead, that we are here to work with this. So it makes sense in my reflection that that's what comes up. Allowing the spirit, the consciousness, the energy in the area that's prepared for our work here to support us into the release of the pain that we are carrying from through all of our life, and maybe even from our ancestors. The pain from this separation. And in this beautiful view, you can actually see that they are wiring the electricity the way that I remember from my childhood. In the area where I was living, now all our cables is below ground. You can see how it separates the view. Dividing, disturbing. And this is also a mirroring into reflection of that this is what our immaturity in our consciousness is doing all the time, creating this separation, and our reactions or experience of these subconscious meetings creates these separations, this disturbance. And we are here to change that, to change that perspective in a way where this disturbance is no longer here. If you like to follow me, you can put your intention on this, receiving this support, this healing, this release of the tensions that we're carrying from the separation, from being connected with that creature in us that fighting all the time and disturbs the unification, the uniting. Getting support into the united version. And then by opening this in our field, we are creating a small movement, the smallest shift. And being here exactly at this point and these days, support this shift to happen in the huge field or mutual field, how that can be. I will teach it and talk about it in the webinars that I will put out for signing up to them later on. Put a link in this video when they're ready. But you can also follow these videos for free, and I will share them throughout our voyage here. But in the webinars, I will teach about how is it possible, why does it make sense to be a person in a certain place, a certain time. How do we collaborate with the field, the energies, the consciousness, the cosmic collaboration, the possibilities. But here you can try the energy part, the release, and maybe that's what you come for here. Follow me on my page for the next videos as well, if you want to, if you sense a call for this. The release goes deeper. Tensions, sorrow, pains related to the disturbance, to the distortion of our mutuality that they have been carried thousands of years past the time where we should have released it as a creature, but we didn't. As the only creature in the universe, we developed reflecting consciousness and still kept the connection to the automatic reflections in our habits, in our needs, in our development. The consciousness, the beings, the energy here, the timing now supports us in the release. And it would be a good idea for the rest of the day to be aware as good as you can, to catch it, the sense of release and the sense of tensions. And whenever the sense of tensions comes by, breathe, reach for the support from the field, from what is, and your intention on the release and your intention on being without this disturbance from the subconscious consciousness that keeps on fighting and search for non-uniting. Go into the higher intentions that you already carry, and you're carried within your reactions. So your reactions to the non-consciousness. In your consciousness, show your systems, show your soul, show your possibility to be consciousness, show your intentions, your pure intentions. Your pure intentions is shown in your reactions. Thank you for this small meeting within our opening here at Crete. And always, no, not always, at the same time, see if I can change this, at the same time an invitation for joining in. And you can join in by following the videos that I will provide live whenever I can on the way. You can follow by joining in on the webinars. And wherever you are, however your reflection, however your reaction, I wish you the best. See you here and there.